Listen, dude, I'm done with it.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? We'll see. Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition,
I'm here.
bone face?
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you can do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just dropped.
I know.
Ah, damn, y'all beautiful though, but
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
God.
My nigga.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Damn.
And took her breath some more.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. A win is a win.
Thanks for all your help. Bye-bye, Tanja. Bye-bye.
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
I'm about to start screening bitches. Like, if you on Section 8 or if you got anything going on with you going through like a bankruptcy or crisis or something, somebody just died in the family and you need to make up the money, the difference to you know, for the funeral, leave me alone. Don't come to me. I don't need those problems. Go to your family first. Why is the first instinct to go to a nigga that you don't really know like that?
To ask you for money?
Yes. What the where are your family at? Where's your friends at? Like, aren't those the first people that you should, you know, think toward even moving to? Like, don't come to random guys. I hate that shit. Like I said, I'm about to start an application process.
He ain't lying.
Let y'all in on a little secret about most black conservatives and most black Republicans that are very open with their political views. We don't give a fuck what you think or feel about us. The mere fact that we are open with our political views, knowing they don't align with majority of black people's political views, that alone is proof that we don't give a damn. And we never gave a fuck. Okay? What you think or feel about us. And we are secure in our identity. We are comfortable with walking this path alone. The fact that Nicki Minaj got her black ass up on that stage and stood next to that man was proof that she had reached a stage in her identity where the only opinion that mattered to her was Jesus Christ. Whenever you see a black conservative on this thing, on this here app, or on any of these apps or out in the world, And we're open with our political views. Just know you are looking at a human being that is secure in their identity, and they don't have a goddamn thing to prove to you or anybody else.
Emotional damage.
Men, the only ones who do this. Black men, the only race of men who do this. Black men, the only race of men who treat their women like this. Y'all witches only ever dated black men. Y'all have only ever dated black men. And then you've only ever dated the type of black men that you can get. Y'all don't have enough femininity for these other races of niggas. These other races of niggas are gonna put your head in between a washing machine and a dryer. At least with the black man, you have a fighting chance.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yo. What's up, y'all? It's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling it. It's Friday night. I guess I got some other things to do, but it's all good. Yo, shout out to the Righteous Fear crew and everybody in the chat. We got J Flow in the house. He says salute to Cali West, XO Pro, and the chat. And he says Slow Jam City. You already know, boy.
Like Jam City.
Now, yeah, we can go straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Since, it's Friday, we ain't got too many haters. Shit, we ain't even got many fans at this time. But, we all know Replay Bang is going to represent. You feel me? So it's all good.
Let's go gambling. Oh, yeah.
Damn, my other phone going off like crazy. So anyway, we can go straight to the point. Now, as you see from the topic, it says the reason why Black people praise Cardi B and Corey Holcomb. Now, I could have titled it, why Black people can't, why Black people, I could have just named it why Black people don't like to hold people accountable, like Cardi B or Corey Holcomb. But, I'll try something different tonight, for analytic reasons, of course. But anyway, we're going to talk about it. Now, Cardi, we all know Cardi B, for some reason the media loves her and she could do no wrong, even though she was having relations with a known womanizer, although she was married. She might have been married to a womanizer, but she was still married to that womanizer. Now, she had a baby out of wedlock, and it appears that she broke up with the dude that she essentially torpedoed her marriage for. And guess what? When we bring this up, women like to get hurt and complain. Why? Because, although Cardi B might be Afro-Latina, she does represent, the mating qualities of a lot of sisters in the hood. You feel me? And that's not even something that could even be disputed at this point.
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yeah, the known dating practices for a lot of sisters in the hood is to have multiple men, have multiple children by multiple men, and then complain about them. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But if we bring this up in, like, let's say, for example, Facebook groups or online or even on YouTube, then guess what? Here comes the Black community complaining. For example, Corey Holcomb. Corey Holcomb disrespected, Anton's Black wife, his Black daughter, even to the point of even putting on a gorilla suit, bringing on the monkey business. Now, of course, like I said before, Corey Holcomb, definitely probably came on top with dissing Anton, but he brought on a whole, a whole world of hurt on himself because I guess maybe because people didn't like how he treated Anton. But, whenever, there's a spotlight, something from your past will come up. And essentially what came up from his past is, these DV allegations and as well as some PDF allegations as well. We already showed you the video of him putting, supposedly quote unquote mushing or putting hands on a female comedian. So I'm not even going to go over that tonight. I already even played a video about how he claimed TMZ is trying to destroy his career. That was from the last video. Now, what I'm going to play tonight to possibly piss the Corey Holcomb's fans is the video allegations that he has. And not from someone else says, but literally from the horse's mouth. Yeah.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Oh. Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
So it does appear that Florida's getting warm again. Let's go. With that being said, fair use.
Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best. I'm saying. You better watch Pussy.
What?
I'll quote agree. Really him. Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yo. Did y'all hear that? Yo, Corey Holcomb fam, did y'all hear that? Did you hear what he just said? Don't make me replay that again. Don't make me replay that. Oh, what? I gotta replay it? Okay.
Right. All of you are kids.
Yeah, she has a documentary.
Kid pussy, that's the best. I'm saying. You better watch.
This is a sick Negro.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Now, I must say, I want to see everybody under my video comments tomorrow stand up for that man. I want to hear, oh, he's a comedian. That way I can know how sick y'all people are.
This is a sick Negro.
Motherfuckers around your kids. Some niggas want some tight pussy real bad.
Jesus.
Can you get charged if you spoon a child?
I mean,
get behind him, make him take all his clothes off, and you hug him like that. Is that a charge?
Sure. Yes, Graham.
What is that?
Sure.
Not no penetration. Just
doesn't have to be penetration. It's so you can't
that's
be.
Love.
You can.
Okay. What if it's a stepchild?
Bitch.
Okay, I don't know where we're going with this. Okay, hold
What
on.
if it's a stepchild?
Okay, I don't know where we're going with this, but
I'm just asking. They got these charges. I'm trying to see what charges gonna be.
Ring.
Somebody called me Corey Kelly because I said spoon.
Oh, good one.
I would never.
Or Corey Epstein.
Spoon a child. I'm asking what happens if you do it. It's called research.
I imagine something really bad will happen to you if you do that. Anyway.
People still, Bill Smith is a cuck. He was going to Epstein.
Yeah, that's facts.
But if they made that movie, niggas will watch it.
About Epstein Island?
Epstein Island, that'd be a great movie.
Yeah.
What was happening on Epstein Island?
Nigga, they was fucking the shit out of children.
That would be a horrible
So you
movie.
telling me, I'm not saying you would do this because I don't believe y'all are immoral like that. But wouldn't you watch kids get fucked if it was a movie?
Oh my
No.
God, they weren't children.
Shut the
they
fuck
were
up, nigga. What the
teenage
fuck,
girls. Oh my
nigga?
God. There you go. Now you don't.
What you mean? Nigga, I said no, and I said, nigga, shut
You
the
wouldn't
fuck
watch
up.
it?
Yo. And you could tell that this is making the panel very uncomfortable. And he's still going on with it. To the point that even the dude told his ass to shut the fuck up, bruh. And he still kept on going with the shit, man.
There you go. Now you don't.
What you mean? Nigga, I said no, and I said, nigga, shut
You
the
wouldn't
fuck up.
watch it if it was a movie. It ain't real.
I ain't watching no
Well,
line when it
yes,
comes
if
to
there was a
children,
movie
man.
about Epstein Island where they was fucking kids, would you watch it? And
No.
motherfuckers is like, oh, you bad. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You watched your father
This is
beat
a
your
sick
mama
Negro.
ass. You didn't report him either. Nigga,
Okay. Yo. Now, y'all might say he's a comedian, blah, 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 blah. But nah, man. Nah, bro. This dude, he got a little stuff going on, bro. He got a little too much going on, bro. Listen to his rebuttal.
shut the fuck up. You watched your father beat your mama ass. You didn't report him either, did you?
Oh, Quake, that happened to me for real. One day I was living with this lady, and her daughters crawled in the bed, and I ain't have on shit. Her daughter was she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts.
Yo. Bruh. That's almost beyond questionable, bruh. What he's saying, bro. My boy XL Process salute. J Flow says, I don't get the appeal of the panels. Hey, it's funny you say you don't get the appeal of the panels. You notice your boy Cardi doesn't do panels. You know, so I try not to do it. Every now and then I might have like maybe one person up here, but I'm not really into the panel shit. That shit is so 2016, 2017 to me. XL Pro says like, share, and subscribe. He says Cash App, $ Cali West 1. Y'all know y'all can hit your boy up on Twitter, Cali West Miami. Check me out. XL Pro says F out of here. And J Flow says self-snitching at its finest. Hey.
But shh, don't tell nobody.
He said, you know, forget keeping a secret. He said, man, I'm going to let the world hear. He said, I want the world to hear. J Flow says he wants to get caught. Well, you know, I don't think he wants to get caught. I think that he just thought that he could just say this stupid shit. Because, you know, here's the thing. Corey Holcomb, he's not very, you know, he's not very aware of the world and how the world works exactly. As much as this man might be 60 years old and, you know, he's making money and stuff like that. And, you know, he has notoriety, you know. I'm sure he got, you know, from ducats in his pockets and stuff like that and money. The thing is that, you know, some people have luck. You know, he has a gift of, you know, making people laugh and bringing people together. But the thing is, you know, fool and his money shall depart. And the thing is that I don't think he wants to get caught. It's just that he just didn't think he's going to get in trouble. Because, you know, hey, just like CGA said, everything is good until it is not. You feel me? Everything is all good until you start losing your money, until you start losing them contracts, until you like losing them shows. You know what I'm saying? Until you start seeing it in your affecting your bank account, everything was okay. J Flow says he wants his name to be on the list. Well, here's the thing. Yo, hey, remember we all said this before. Coach Greg Adams said this. I've said this. I mean, I think everybody can agree on this one thing. If he did not get into it with Anton Daniels, man, we wouldn't even be talking about PDF. We wouldn't talk about him slapping up the chick on TMZ. None of that stuff. None of that stuff would be relevant right now. Right now, we'll still be liking Corey Holcomb for, saying a lot of red pill, comedy and stuff like that. Like, how we felt about Corey Holcomb would have been completely different if he wouldn't have gotten into it with Anton Daniels. Excuse me. And it's crazy too, because the truth is that, a lot of people said that was a train wreck waiting to happen. But, I kind of wish if cooler heads would have prevailed, Corey Holcomb could have probably still made some jokes. And he could probably, have been educated, him and his viewers. It could have been a learning lesson. Some people believe that, it wouldn't have moved anything, but I don't know. I feel like maybe, out of 50,000 people, at least 100 people or 1,000 people would have maybe learned something, man. But, of course, it didn't end up that way. And like I said before, and I'll say it again,
I want to do it the right way and learn some of the unwritten rules.
That's why I was talking about the seminar, so that we can get players to come down there and bring their grievance, their problem, how to catch a hooker, what you do to be a boss player, what do I say to my wife when I decided that I wanted to be a true player and walk out on the family. We need a seminar so we can teach these guys to give them the right understanding so they'll know, man.
My bad, y'all. But yeah, like I was saying to you before, man, I lost my train of thought. Hey, this going live is not an easy thing, bro. Not
You ain't lying.
Yeah, but I think where I left off is the fact that, it could have been a learning experience the learning experience that they actually learn in real life is Anton needs to stay in his goddamn lane. He needs to stick to the politics. He needs to stick to politics and stick to the bag chasing. He don't need to tell people not to be passport bros. He don't need to tell anyone to be faithful. He could preach for his Christianity stuff, but whatever. But when he start putting out passport bros and and going out of his scope, yeah, I think that's probably his problem. Also out of his element too, because I never knew this, and I guess you could tell if you would watch the show, but I didn't know Corey Holcomb was so. I didn't know he was so damn ghetto. I mean, and I'm pretty hood myself, but Corey Holcomb is a hood ninja, bro. He might not be a hood gangster. He might not be a hood tough guy, or whatever, but he's definitely ghetto, man. He definitely got and that's the thing too, and that's why a lot of black people praise Cardi B and Corey Holcomb, because guess what? When your entertainment is Cardi B or Corey Holcomb, you don't have to really do much improvement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to dress better. You don't have to speak better. You don't have to assimilate into society. Because here's the thing. As a matter of fact, it's funny that Jay Flo says he wants to get caught on the list. I don't think he wants to get caught on the list. It is that, and I don't want to be stealing nothing, but Coach Greg Adams brought this up earlier or previously this week, and it's true. The things you could do in the hood, the things you could do in the hood, you can't do in the wood. You feel me? The things like, for example, black people say they don't like the police. I understand that, I understand why black people don't like the police. Shit, I don't like the police. But I could even admit that police are a necessary evil, because guess what? If there's no police, man, the black community would become New Jack City overnight, bruh. Yeah, New Jack City overnight if there was no police, bruh.
Jam City.
Man, you will probably have to look, you will probably have to be strip searched just to get into your own apartment. Okay? if there was no police in the hood?
It can't be like this. It is this way, man. I'm sorry I exposed you to it, but it is. It's ugly, but it's necessary.
J Flo says Cardi B said roll up on ice. What?
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Well, think about it. New York, Gotham City, even in Batman, was essentially New York. I mean, everybody kind of knew that. Isn't that kind of ironic, though? Ironic and iconic as well. Like, everyone knew Gotham City in Batman was New York City. That was essentially New York City or Chicago. I would even say maybe even Chicago. Either it was New York City or Chicago. But Gotham City, obviously it was a made up city, but that was essentially New York, bro. Or any big metropolitan city. And at the end of the day, man, what's crazy is that's why people like to, uphold Corey Holcomb, and it's okay for him to talk about people's mama and stuff like that, and and people's wives and people's daughters and stuff like that. Because think about it, in the hood, it's so funny how we as Black people. I mean, I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist, because we know racism does exist, but we tend to overuse the race card. And I'm not saying that there's not no racism. I'm not saying we shouldn't call out racism. But what about the internal racism that goes on in the hood? Because, Black people love your mama so black, or you a tar baby, and you an African booty scratcher. They used to love say things that was very kind of racist to yourself or self-hatred to yourself. Am I wrong? Exo Pro says, yep. So, but you just got to think about why certain people are coming to my comment section, or people are coming and making videos about, people hating on Corey Holcomb. No one's hating on Corey Holcomb. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the truth be told, I'm actually essentially let down by Corey Holcomb. You feel me? Because, like, I just believe that, especially in the art space, in the RP space, we almost kind of looked up to Corey Holcomb because we heard his jokes kind of had to do with, like, dealing with women. And for the most part, he kind of had a point in a lot of things that he said. You feel me? Now, of course, we've seen how ignorant he was. That kind of changed our view on him. Now, J Flo says, we backed extra hard back in the day, regardless of skin color. Your mama jokes were undefeated. Now, I mean, J Flo, I get that. But all right, J Flo, I know we used to tease each other, but be honest, bro. Sometimes not even sometimes. I would say half the time, a lot of that shit was kind of some low blow shit, bro. Half the time, like, all right, for example, it's one thing. It's like one thing if, like, your homeboy says, like, "Oh, nigga, your breath is humming." You was eating them damn Funyuns in recess or lunch or something like that, and then someone was like, your boy was like, saying, "Nigga, your breath stank" or something like that. Like, "Nigga, your breath smell like hot garbage" or something like that. I don't know. But it's one thing if your homeboy kind of clown you between you and like three of your friends, and then you be feeling kind of stupid, like, and shit. And at the same time, sometimes this is gonna sound kind of hypocritical, but sometimes some teasing was kind of helpful, because maybe your breath was humming, okay, you kind of laugh, your breath smell like hot garbage, and guess what? You just make sure, when them girls come by, you make sure, man, let me get a mint, let me get a gum, let me get some gum or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get some gum or something. You just make sure you just make sure you're just kind of more aware. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should carry a toothbrush around with some toothpaste, and maybe I need to have some gum because my breath be funky because I love to eat Funyuns on my recess or on my nutrition or something like that. But let's just be real, J Flo. We used to go to like and I'm not saying that I never said anything bad, because I think sometimes I would, but I was kind of more of the person who will kind of say something fucked up because you said something fucked up. But People used to be fucked up, man. Like, yo, a nigga will want to go talk shit about you in front of everybody, in front of like the girl that you like, in front of your girlfriend or the girl you're trying to be with and stuff like that. Like, timing was like, some of that shit was kind of hating because it's like, okay, you decided to go bag on me in front of everybody. That's because sometimes black people used to like tease people because it makes them feel better about themselves. That's why people tease other people. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, it's kind of fun to tease people, but it makes people feel good when you tease the other one, when you make someone the butt of the joke. That's actually why in school, J Flow, when you were flipping on someone who was talking shit on you, they used to want to fight. Think about it. Them same dudes who used to bag hard and extra dirty, right? When you used to go clown them or flip the joke on them, they'll be ready to fight. Ninjas be ready to fight. J Flow says Funky Cole Medina. He says you couldn't cry in public, just at home. Right. But just think about it. Just think about, yo, you know, I ended up realizing that life, just life in general, was that people can't take it how you dish it. Because when you start bagging on their ass and start making them look bad, now they want to fight. As a matter of fact, you know what? Now that we're 30 minutes in, because I'm trying to see if I could get a green dollar sign tonight on my damn video. I've been getting a lot of yellers. He gonna cry in the car. Where is it at? Yeah, I need to show this article. This is very, 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 very important. Where is it at? Because remember we were talking about like talking shit and like around kids in high school. This is right up the high school kind of alley. I have to share this story, y'all. I have to share this. Hold up. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but if y'all haven't, we're gonna talk about it right now. Okay. The dude you picture see. Okay. And this is something that I've seen a lot on Facebook, but I also seen, shout out to Ringo TV. I seen him do a video about this, and I had to talk about this shit. That like this kind of goes towards the same people who like Corey Holcomb and wanted to stick up for Corey Holcomb, to want to fight him, and, you know, because he said D, D suck and all that, right? Check this situation out. Do y'all see this shit? Let me read the headline, or you know what? This is the Facebook article, but there's a real article. But boom, I'll read it though. Of course, it says 18-year-old pops his best friend after he refused to share French fries with him.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that?
Oh! Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I read it.
You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
This is a sick Negro.
Now, yo, J Flow says being poor in school was the worst. Kids are savage. Oh, yeah. Yo, think about it. Remember when you know what's so crazy? See, I lied. I was never really one to go tease someone outright. But if you were talking shit about me, I would mention that your ass used to get fucking lunch tickets, bro. Because guess what? Lunch tickets, even though we didn't know it, even though we kind of knew it, subconsciously, no, I gotta take that back. Subconsciously, we knew your ass is on motherfucking welfare, bro.
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
You was on a lunch program, bro. You was on a lunch program. Just know that was one of the jokes I was using when you was trying to talk shit about me. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm going to be real with you. In junior high, in elementary, junior high, You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I had bum. Look, thank Lord. I can honestly say thank Lord to my mama. I never had no busted ass shoes as a kid. But you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, because of my dad and stuff, you feel me? Like we wasn't getting the dopest shoes. Like, I didn't get a pair of like $100 shoes. I would say until maybe eighth and ninth grade. Eighth and ninth grade, I was the first time I probably got I still remember the first $100 shoes I got. The first $100 shoes I got were the Deion Sanders, the very first ones with the lightning bolt. It has the gold, like the little reflector. But I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that was definitely a lightning bolt on that strap, on that Velcro strap. Y'all remember them Deons? As a matter of fact, I think I got a pair of them in my closet now. Shit. But with that being said, those were my not the same original ones, but the remakes, of course. But long story short is, man, shit, like being in school, it was like I felt like that nigga from Group Home. It was like I ain't rich, but I ain't rich, but I definitely wasn't poor. But at the same time, man, I still wanted more, I still deserve more. Like, it was a little tough, you feel me? It was tough. J Flo says grilled cheese day. Mm-hmm. Beans and hot dogs and stuff like that. Shit. Oh, you talking about lunch. My bad. I'm talking about food at home. And he says lunchbox game. Nice. Hey, you know what's so funny? I remember because y'all know I got roots in Miami, right? My parents, did live out here at one point in time. But what's funny is that I still remember that when I went to go live with my dad in California, I went to school with a Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox. And do you know them motherfuckers at that school, bruh? They was hot. Let's just say I didn't go back fucking, with that Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox again.
You got to know exactly who you are. Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Yeah, J Flo. Yeah, dog. Hey, you gotta understand too. My parents are immigrants, bro. Remember, I got some immigrant ass parents, bro. Like, and what's crazy is that what's so crazy too, because my dad know about racism. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that because they were still Jamaican. I don't think they put two and two together. Like I never knew that flag meant anything. I just thought it was a fucking cool ass little car with a flag on it. But yeah, let's just say that was the first and last time. I don't even know what happened to that Dukes of Hazzard mailbox, the lunchbox. That shit was probably a collector's item, man. If I was still had it. J Flo said I had some blue BKs in junior high. Some dude tried to jack them for me. Some dude tried to jack you for those? Yo, true story. My homeboy got jacked for the Jordan retro Jordan 11s, the North Carolina Jordans. Real talk. True story, man. True story, man. I got jacked for my pager, a silver bracelet, and my pager, silver bracelet, and they took my homeboy's shoes off his feet. And when we got jacked, I mean, when you said they try to jack you, so it sounded like they were trying to muscle you or try to punk you out your shoes. No, well, I don't know if that's what happened, but we got a gun drawn on us to go come off our shit. Because truth be told, we wasn't about to give up our shit, but Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When the dudes was kind of, motherfucker wanting to point guns at motherfuckers and shit like that, then we just kind of came up with all that shit. He said I ran like the wind. Yeah, and what's fucked up is that, yo, man, a lot of times when this happens is that, it was because, and it was funny too, because we was with a group of people. Look, we was with a group of people, and they left us to get robbed. We must have been with like 5 other dudes or like 6 other dudes, and they walked off and let us get robbed, bruh. Yo, see this. I understand that, motherfuckers ain't bulletproof, but yo, I just kind of feel like it was right. It's right. What was he gonna do? He was gonna shoot everybody. They could have just been like, oh, nah, man, nah, man. They could have just, oh, man, nah, man, that ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They could have did anything. They could have went around the corner and called the police. Anything. These motherfuckers went back to the school like some bitch ass niggas, bro. He like some bitch ass. Yo, look at this bitch ass nigga.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Bitch ass niggas, bro. Yeah, that's why. That's why, if I ever have kids, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have friends, but they should just know that you ain't got no friends. You ain't got no real friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? You came in this world by yourself. Unless you got a twin, you're gonna go out by yourself. Even if you had a twin, you still gonna go out by yourself, bro. And J Blow said I ran like the wind. Yeah, man. I wish we had the chance, but them dudes was looking for trouble. Them dudes was looking for trouble. As a matter of fact, talk about trouble. Let's go back to this article right here. So look at this bitch ass nigga right here. Now, I was trying to keep this a G-rated, rated G show, but this idiot right here. So boom, let's see, let's pull it up. Is there a video on it? There's a video, but I ain't about to go scramble for the video. We're gonna talk about this. J Flow says crazy story, so you must already know about it. Shout out to Ringo TV, because he's the only one I seen actually post something about it on YouTube. I mean, other people could have followed him after that, but he's the only one I seen post anything about this. Says police identify teen accused of fatally popping friend after argument over French fries, bruh. Listen to this. Fort Worth police have confirmed the arrest of a teen accused of a fatal 187 of his friend after an argument began over French fries. Listen to this. LeMarcus Darden. I hate to say this, bro. Like you could tell a lot from a name. You could tell a lot from a nickname, and you could tell a lot from a real name. LeMarcus, that's already trouble already. Has charged with 187 in connection with late January fireworks at the apartment complex on Jeremiah Drive near Alameda Street in West Fort Worth. Officers responded around 6:30 on Wednesday, January 28th, and found the victim with a wound to the head. He was taken to the hospital where he passed away hours later. It says that okay. Well, we already know how he passed away. And yo, look at the dude's mugshot, bro. Look at the dude's mugshot. Look at this bitch ass ninja, bro. Does this dude look like he's even upset or even kind of felt like he did anything wrong? Like this dude, hey, yo, that's why I keep on telling y'all, man. Y'all gotta be very calculating and very precise on how y'all move out here, man. Like even me. That's why, that's why I honestly believe that, if your friend need a ride, unless it's somebody that you know for sure, you know what I'm saying, you got a good track record, don't even give them a ride. Don't give these hoes a ride. Be selfish with yourself, because you give someone a ride, you get pulled over, the dude's like he's stashing, you know what I'm saying, dope under your seat type shit. Stashing a gun that got a body under your seat. So you definitely got to be calculating, because this you can spend the rest of your life behind somebody who don't give a fuck about you. For somebody who for somebody who, you know, saying when you're in jail or when you're when you're dead, this is how you can look. And yes, this dude like literally has a motherfucking smirk on his fucking face, dude. Yo, this dude had no problem sleeping that night. Yo, that dude didn't even have no problem sleeping when he got caught. Okay? When they caught him, he probably didn't even resist or nothing like that. Or even, you know, they probably didn't even have a wild foot chase of something like that to catch him or nothing like that. He probably just gave up, bro. Jay Lewis is 20 to life and smiling. Man, he's in Texas. They should give him the death penalty. I mean, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying what they should do, but more than likely he'll get the death penalty. It says argument over French fries escalated. It says detective with gun violence unit learned that the argument was between Darden and Davis began when Davis refused to share his fries. Police said the conversation escalated, ending with a fatal shooting. It says according to police, Darden fled after the shooting, but investigators identified him as a resident after the same complex. The next day, police announced a suspect had been taken into custody. Damn, they found him quick. I heard some little weird details, like they found him, but they found him like 140 miles away or something like that. Like there's more details on that. And I wish the article would have shared that. Because Ringo TV shared something that was very important about how they caught him. They said they caught him 140 miles away, right? And essentially what Ringo TV basically mentioned is the fact that, you know, for him to get 140 miles, for this fact that this ninja couldn't even afford some damn fries, somebody helped him get down over here. Yeah, someone helped him get out of town. Somebody helped him get out of town to get as far as 140 miles away, because there's no way he could have did that on his own if he can't even afford some goddamn French fries. With that being said, it kind of goes back to my point now. That go figure. It kind of goes back to the whole Corey Holcomb and the Cardi B situation. Like Cardi B could say that she'll rob ninjas and beat them and stuff like that. And guess what? The media don't say nothing. The media let it slide, and the police let it slide, and no one's putting together a RICO case against her or anything like that. And Corey Holcomb, he been saying some questionable things and stuff like that. I don't want the man to necessarily go to jail or nothing like that, but it's just like, what's as crazy is that, unlike Cardi B, he's getting punished for his past sins, which is something. Look, the thing is that they're quick to bury a black man, especially if he's in the wrong. You feel me? Now, with that being said, the whole point of me bringing up this dude's situation is somebody in his hood was enabling him to the point that he was even able not to get caught that night. He was able to get caught 140 miles away. So that basically means that some family member or somebody, maybe his mom or somebody, gave him enough money so he could somehow get 140 miles away. My question is, why didn't those same people give us as a job application? Why didn't those same people make sure that he was able to be raised by his father? You feel me? And then he'll realize nobody's life is worth over argument. And here's another too. And, once again, I have to say, shout out to Ringo TV. I'm not copying anything, but he was dropping some jewels. He was dropping some gems. He said it's not about the French fries. And that's true. It's not about the French fries. And I don't remember if Ringo TV touched on this, But I know exactly what it was on. Well, I think he alluded to this, so I don't want to say that he did not say this, but this is one thing that I do know for sure, just based off of hearing the story and and based off of what was presented, is essentially. I mean, of course, he wanted the fries. The fries was the catalyst of the situation. It was the catalyst. Obviously, he got problems with Buddy. And here's another too. In high school, people could be envious of you for the little things. Like, I remember one time I got into this major beef with this dude because he thought I got a new car. And I didn't have a new car. It was just, what I'm saying, it was just my stepmom's car. You feel me? Like, I drove it, I drove it for like a day or two or something like that. But when he thought that it was my car, it angered him so much to the point that we ended up getting into a whole big ass fight. You know what I'm saying? To the point that it got really, really messy. And maybe I'll share that story with y'all one day. But just the fact that he thought that I came up, that he thought I had something over him, that shit made him want to fuck me up, bruh. And guess what? People are like that in real life. Like, for example, Coach Greg Adams brought it up the other, like today, I think. Young Dolph is a prime example. Man, look, whatever beef that they had with Young Dolph was probably not behind no Tony Montana stuff, or ain't no, Tony Montana Scarface type of deal where they, moving pounds and stuff like that. Young Dolph got his life taken his life took because people was hating on him. See, not this fake Corey Holcomb face. See, people think we hate Corey Holcomb. No, we don't hate Corey Holcomb. We're just holding Corey Holcomb accountable for his dumb shit that he fucking said, for his dumb shit and his dumb actions. Now, Young Dolph was truly hated on. This dude had all types of sports cars, houses, businesses and stuff like that, rap career, right? He doesn't have to live in Memphis. He fucked around and went to his damn cookie store and it lit his ass up 50 times. 50 bullets, bro. 50 bullets, bro. That ain't no hit. That was hate, dude. That was hate. That was hate. They wanted him. They didn't even want him to even have a good funeral. Okay, that's how much they hated him. And people, someone can hate you. Look, someone can hate you just like that on the street. And a matter of fact, Coach Regatta, we kind of mentioned this today. I think today or yesterday, but it's true. People will, people will kill you for how they feel about you. That's why he says, if you got a nice car, you actually have no business being in the hood unless you're going out there giving out turkeys and giving out shit. You have no business being in the hood because, we all know that the hood is a communist, a stronghold. You got to come over there and give things to people. If not, they're going to want to take off your head. You feel me? Now, mind you, back to this young man who fled after being the French fry, the leader. Where was his family? Like I said, why didn't his family make sure he was connected with his father? Why didn't their family make sure that he had a father in his life? Why? Look, here's another two. Fuck all that. Fine. Fuck all that, red pill shit. Why didn't they just turn his ass in, bruh? Yo, they know he done did that shit. Why didn't they just turn him in?
You don't find that suspicious?
Why didn't they just turn him in? Uh-oh.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
But see, here's the thing. That's why, the truth is, the reason why they don't really say that there's no snitching is it's not completely because they don't like the police. I truly believe that they say no snitching because they just don't want you to get, they don't want you to get Ray and Little Man in trouble. That's what it is. Because you know how many times things go down in the hood, and guess what? People don't even have to tell. All they have to do is just drop anonymous. They could drop an anonymous tip. And guess what? At that point, the police could do the rest. Because here's the thing: all the police need is a name. If the police get a name, they don't have to have any proof. They'll find a proof if the person is truly at fault or truly guilty. But guess what? People don't turn them in because they like the person. See, the thing is, some people believe that the community or black people can't function without white people. But just think about it. When you go to a black store or a black establishment, do you get the same service that you get at a white establishment? Or do they kind of wing it and kind of act how they want? Shit, you go into a white establishment, okay? And if a black woman is not monitored by her boss or not held accountable by her boss or anyone around, she will act as if she run the motherfucker.
He ain't lying.
Y'all know it. Hey, any of y'all who've been to a courthouse know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nasty bitch.
A dime for some booty. Then he says, I think my baby mama keyed my ride. He said it was the spark. Yeah. That's funny. He said, you think you're hey man, your baby mama, trust me. Like, think about it. I mean, do men key other men's cars? I know one guy who keyed someone's car in college. You know what I'm saying? And I was even surprised that he even did that shit. Yeah, I kind of thought that was kind of shady. Like you keyed a nigga car. I mean, I know you don't like him, and he might be a bitch ass nigga, but you know what I'm saying? That was kind of a fucked up move, fucking to key somebody's car. But shit, my ex cut up my tires on my 58 Volkswagen. J-Flo said you could catch a fade for that. Oh, of course. Hell yeah. Oh, well, you know what's so funny? What's so funny that you say that too, because the dude I knew who did that, right? He almost caught a fade with a dude, but here's the thing. Here's the flip side. You know what's funny? Here's a joke. And this is actually true for anyone. Hey, don't do anything you're not willing to deal with the consequences. But see, the dude didn't like the other dude so much that when the dude called him out on it, because listen to this. What's ironic is, not to be telling someone else's story, but long story short is that somebody else ended up finding out that, you know what I'm saying, the ninja keyed his car. But guess what? He never, but I guess when dude confronted him, the dude was like, man, I ain't do that shit, but what you trying to do? I guess he kind of called his bluff. So it's like, he did key his car, but, you know what I'm saying, I guess because, he didn't want to fight, it was like, oh, well, he probably didn't really key my car. Somebody just kind of found a way to kind of back out of it. Look, here's what I'm saying. Just because you don't want to fight somebody doesn't mean that you're not, doesn't mean that you're necessarily a punk. You know what I'm saying? That might just maybe you recognizing that you might not win. Maybe it might not be worth the ass whooping. But anyway, yeah, that's still definitely catch a fade worthy. Right. Hell yeah. Or at least worst case scenario, get your windows busted out. Something. I'm going to get your ass to fuck back. Something. But long story short is, but yeah, man, we just went down all types of side quests when it came to this conversation. But back to what I was saying to Buddy Yeah, see how we just be just talking shit. Long story short is back to this young man who deleted his best friend or his friend over some fries. The reason why he did it was because he was hating on his boy. Look, I wish I could find a video. Well, I could find a video, but I'll just be playing somebody else's video. All right, trust me, I'm already gonna do that for the next 15 minutes. But one thing, if y'all want to look into the story, y'all could. But based off of what his mom said, because the girlfriend didn't want to be on tape. Long story short is, homeboy blew him away while his girlfriend was laying on her. Look, supposedly the girlfriend was laying her head on her boyfriend's lap when it happened. So what that basically means is, and like here's another two. Like someone who has no manners, like for example, if your friend needs a ride or your friend needs a few dollars, right? If your friend's really your friend, he's not gonna want to put you on a spot. He'll maybe call you and say, "Hey man, you know what, man," or text you and say, "Hey man, you know what, I need a few dollars. Can I hold a few dollars?" Right? That's what a friend would do if he needed some money. Someone who just want to use you, he just worry about him getting the money. So what he's gonna do is, he gonna act like he want to hang out with you, right? Or he might have a little bit of, like, let's say he might have like a little bit of weed with it, or a little bit of reefer with him or something like that. He says, "Okay, well, I'm gonna smoke a blunt with you. I'm gonna come over and smoke a blunt with you." All of a sudden, he wants to come over and smoke a blunt with you, but what he really wants is a ride, or what he really wants is, for you to lend him, some money or something like that. But instead of him just coming out all right, and essentially, what I believe is, they probably let homeboy go get some food before he just pulled his homeboy to the side, like, "Man, look, man, your boy starving like Marvin, bro. Can I get some, can you go buy me some fries or something like that?" What he thought he could do is ask old boy in front of his girl, shit. He probably, shit. His girlfriend probably bought him the food or something like that. I don't fucking know. But long story short is, homeboy probably felt some type of way because homeboy was telling him, like, "Nah, man, you can't have no fries." Like, maybe, and here's another two, maybe, and here's another two. We know is, I think he went to Wild Wings or to Wingstop or something like that, or one of those little Wingstop places, or one of those wing places, but I think it was Wingstop. We all know that it's not unknown for you to get a big fries good enough for two people, but then get your chicken wings. So it's like, I'm gonna give you some fries out of the fries that I'm gonna have with me and my girl already. Nah, man, like, bro, like, go home and fix you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have your fingers. You wanna be all up in me and my girl's food. Like, nah, man, like, nah, bro, like, nah, man, like, and he probably didn't even diss him or nothing. He was probably just like, "Nah, man, I can't, man. You know what, man? You know what? I only got so much for me and old girl already." And guess what? Because homeboy feels the type of way about hearing no, because his name is LaMarcus, you tell they, saying LaMarcus means, LaMarcus literally, that little, the little definition of LaMarcus is, "I don't know my daddy." Okay? And because he doesn't know his daddy, he doesn't know how to act accordingly like a man. So, and here's another to y'all. We have seen it before. We've seen this shit with our sisters, women that we dated. When they get mad, they'll do something kind of crazy. They might even like break something or push you or act some type of way or act funky. Because he is acting a lot like his mama, he just felt like taking homeboy out, man. At that moment. Look, here's another two. And what's crazy, if you look at that picture, bro, look at that picture. Look at the picture of Buddy, man. Where he at? This dude don't even care that he blew, that he took out homeboy. He don't mean, look, he don't care. J Flo said that dude smirking. This dude don't care about nothing. Look, this dude don't even care about life.
This This is a sick Negro.
Yo. And that's why you got to watch out who you be around, man. Like, yo, this dude right here don't even care about life, homie. He don't care about shit, bro. Yo, the way he look at it, now he in jail, he probably like, okay, now I got consistent food. Shit, man. Bruh. That's fucking crazy.
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
So that's kind of why I brought it back to this whole Corey Holcomb situation. Because guess what? When we start upset, look, when we say it's okay for a man to want to punch somebody or inflict pain on him because he used a hypothetical statement to him, because it's not like Anton Daniels told him to really go blow somebody. He was using euphemism. It was a figure of speech that Corey Holcomb used first, because Corey Holcomb was at least instigating a fight with him. J Flo says he has no future. Reminds me of Old Dog and Menace to Society. For real, man. Like, yo, like this dude right here, he don't give a fuck about nothing. Hey, you know what's so crazy? Yo, check this out though. In Menace to Society, when Old Dog was going to jail, he looked actually sad. He was sad because Kane, passed away, right? Look, remember Kane and the Muslim dude, the Nation of Islam dude, they both died. And then he was going to jail. He looked sad. Look, yo, and I know that's just a movie, but this ninja right here, he don't look sad at all. Look, dude, this dude almost looked glad. Like, dude, yo, this is going to sound kind of crazy, y'all. He might have even got a kick. No, not even might. He got a kick out of taking old boy out, bro. He got a kick out of taking homeboy's life, bro. Man, you know what? Now I feel like pulling up. See, we all over the place tonight. Now I feel like pulling up the video from his arrest. Fine. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see here. French fry. Okay. I'm looking for the video of it. Salute to Ringo TV, because his video came up on my search. But I'm looking for the channel, like one of the news sources. Shout out to Ringo TV, but I gotta play from
sparked a serious fight, according to police. The 23-year-old McDonald's employee is now on the hunt.
Ultimately senseless. Ultimately senseless.
An argument.
Oh no. Wait. So it appears that there's an array of people who are deleting people over a French fries. So it looked like it happened before. Let's see here. Oh, so I guess I got it. Oh, I guess I gotta be specific, or should I say, like, or the Corey Holcomb fans would say, Pacific.
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Okay. We gotta get Pacific. Like Corey Holcomb fans over here.
An 18-year-old accused of killing a friend after a disagreement over food is now in custody 2 weeks after the shooting.
Marcus Darden Jr. is accused of shooting Jarvis Davis at a Fort Worth. Share his Fox Sports.
So Fort Worth police tell me they were confident in who they were looking for. We now know this 18-year-old suspect was tracked down all the way to Tyler, Texas. That's about 140 miles away from Fort Worth. He was tracked down to a hotel. Fort Worth police tell me it's possible he is in that area. Here in Texas, that suspect is at the Tarrant County Jail tonight.
It's so senseless.
Senselessity describes the murder of her son.
Why? Now that's the question. Why? No, my baby was probably genuinely his friend. My baby wasn't expecting him to shoot him. Everybody in there was like, they thought he was joking out the past.
19-year-old Jarvis Davis shot and killed inside this West Fort Worth apartment near Camp Bowie in 820 back on January 28th. Witnesses told police a group just got back from grabbing food at Wingstop when there was an argument. Investigators say Davis didn't share his fries with the suspect, later identified as 18-year-old LaMarcus Darden.
My son's girlfriend was laying on his lap at the time of it, and she said she just heard a glass break. A gunshot in a glass break.
Fort Worth police say Darden pulled out a handgun, shot Davis in the head, and took off from the complex. He was tracked down nearly 2 weeks later. Kennedy, a mother of 8, now with a missing piece in her family and frustrated considering she says her son and Darden were friends.
How it happened is just, I'm never going to be okay with it. I'm never going to be okay with it.
And Darden transferred to the Tarrant County Jail yesterday. He is charged with murder. This evening, we reached out to his attorney. They got back to us. The attorney tells us he's not ready to make a public statement at this time.
Bruh.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
J Flo says dopamine hits. Oh yeah, well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the thing. That's why I don't even look, that's why I look at humanity and people completely different now, man. Because guess what? I think I've seen how people are, man. People are. Here's the thing. I'm almost even under the belief that the reason why we're almost kind of treated like how we are and running this world is because of the fact that without one person or a group of people running us, we'll run all over each other, man. Truly, I think, look, y'all think things are bad because Trump is in power or Joe Biden was in power. Doesn't matter if them dudes was not in power. If nobody was in power, let's just say somehow government fell tomorrow. Man, Americans would be all over each other, man. Americans don't have no goddamn unity. Man, look, Americans showed that they ain't got no backbone and they'll fucking go and fuck over somebody or fuck over another American when we came to that COVID shit. COVID showed that brother will go against brother, you know what I'm saying? Friend will go against friend because of certain beliefs that was concocted and faked. Remember when people were getting demonetized for talking about COVID? Now, YouTube is showing congressional hearings about COVID. So go figure. You think they taking you think they taking those news channels YouTube absence money? Shit. Now, let's see here. J Flo says, I was ready to fight for the toilet paper. Oh, who you telling? Who you telling? No lie, I thought it was gonna get kind of bad, and luckily it didn't get. Look, here's the thing. You know what's crazy? See, we thought it was gonna get bad, like it was gonna be like the end of the world type of Fallout 3 type deal. And you know what's crazy? Even though it probably didn't end up like that, things are pretty bad. Things are pretty bad. The job market fucking sucks. Yeah, the job market fucking sucks. I can tell you that much. You feel me? Job market sucks. I'm not saying that there's still not opportunity, and I'm not saying that there's not no jobs, but I never said that there was no jobs, but I said the job market sucks. Okay, job market sucks. Things are more expensive. Real estate rent is more expensive. Everything has gone up. Like Coach Greg Adams says, if you did not get a pay raise, you got a pay cut. And that's real. But yeah, man, but COVID changed everything, man. For the worse. And guess what? Republicans are on the right side. Look, Pete, this. We can say whatever you want about the Republicans and, stuff like that. And we know the Republicans have done some evil things. Not Republican people per se, but people who represented Republicans like, George Bush, Ronald Reagan and things and such, right? We know about that. We all know about the war on drugs in the 80s and stuff like that. But we have to admit, when they show COVID, maybe 50 years from now, it's going to appear, well, I don't know. But people are just going to know. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy theorists, they're going to know that the Republicans were on the right side of history this time. Well, the Republicans were on the right side of history too when they freed the slaves. But guess what? Once again, the Republicans were on the right side of history. Jay Flo says employers are trimming down, people are spending less. Well, it makes sense. There's less money to go around. And here's another too. That's kind of why, even as a son of immigrants, I'm not against the whole ICE situation too. I mean, now I'm not saying that, I can't really judge on everything, but I've known a couple of people who I actually bumped into somebody who got picked up by ICE and they're out. You know what I'm saying? And from what we're told, they say that he should be in there. Not necessarily because he's maybe a dangerous criminal, but because he's kind of he's a little mischievous. But long story short is, think about it. One of the reasons why they have to kind of trim down is because think about it. Man, you know how many jobs you go to and some of these people don't even speak English, man. Sometimes I go to people's apartment buildings or people's houses and apartment complexes and gated communities, and the security damn near don't even speak English sometimes. In certain places. It's kind of a trip. Like, think about it. And Donald Trump said that it's something that was true, and black people were mad. He said, the immigrants are taking black jobs, and when they try to catch them, they try to trip them up for being racist. They're like, "What is a black job?" Donald Trump had the perfect answer, bro. He said, any job that a black person could get. And was he wrong about that?
He ain't lying.
Any job that a black person could get. So the black person can get a job as a doctor, he can get a job as a doctor. If you get a job as a janitor, you get a job as a janitor. But just know, and we know this, these same Democrats, these same Democrats who want us to vote blue no matter who, they will hire a person who only speaks Spanish before they hire your black ass, which is crazy. But guess what? For some reason, black people, when I say black people, I'm talking about black Democrats, people who are entertained by Corey Holcomb and 5150 show. These type of people, what they don't understand is, for some reason, they feel like every time a white person is racist to them, that they're a Republican.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
This is a sick Negro.
Like I said, I'm not saying that Republican white people love black people, but if any black person, if you truly believe these liberal white people like you more. They really don't, because what's crazy is they know your community will be affected by a lot of these policies. Like, for example, a lot of these liberal white people, they might be okay with the Rainbow Coalition or the Rainbow, the Reading Rainbows. But guess what? It's okay for them to be down with the Reading Rainbows, because guess what? In their communities, they have strict religious rules where they don't really have to worry about anyone being Reading Rainbow. And they're going to look, here's another thing. If there ever are any Reading Rainbows in their community, they're smart enough to keep it to themselves and still maintain themselves like citizens in their society. While Black people, we just run with it because, our single mother let's wear her pumps instead of us being with our dad and, knowing what a man is. Man, that shit crazy, bro. Shit crazy. Matter of fact, with that being said, let's see. Corey Holcomb fans, tell me what y'all think about this here. Because we still got some more of Corey Holcomb talking his shit.
Her daughter was gonna be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Yeah.
I knew her daughter was a bust down. She got pregnant. Her daughter was and motherfuckers is like, oh, you bad. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You watched your father beat your mama ass. You didn't report him either, did you? Oh, quick, that happened to me for real. One day I was living with this lady and her daughters crawled in the bed and I ain't have on shit. Her daughter was she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal. You just can't tell your true thoughts. Her daughter was gonna be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Yeah.
I knew her daughter was a bust down. She got pregnant like a year after I moved out. She was 16. I knew she was gonna get pregnant, goddamn, because she used to do shit. She used to do shit to let me know, damn, this little bitch is trying to get me in trouble.
Oh.
Her name was Tiffany.
Really him.
I put pressure on my son. I told everybody in the class the teacher.
Wow.
Fuck my son, bitch. Go ahead. Now this girl daughter called me like she was around about 8, and I didn't stop. I was just looking at her. Like,
Oh, what? Oh, you pervert. That's a pervert move.
Oh.
then she said something. I was like,
Oh. It don't say nothing in the Bible about you that you got to stop fucking if kids walk in.
you gotta get the kids used to the shit.
You
grown
made
folks do.
eye contact with the kid, though.
I wasn't flirting with the little girl, but I want.
No, that don't sound right.
So she could stop wondering what's happening when we close the door.
Doesn't sound right.
I didn't fuck up, she doing it. I don't sleep on the other side of
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that?
Oh. Who are these niggas? I cried laughing when I read it. You know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Baby's different story. They don't even know exactly yet.
I was fucking her mama in her bed. That little girl ain't had no business waking up in the middle of the night.
My thing is how you.
Did her mama know she can't? Once her mama realized I played it off, like, oh, that's that. With that little girl future. So what's she doing right now? Doing what her mama was doing. They always wind up doing what they do. They always, some will even denounce their mama, but they do the same thing their mama do. Probably streetwalker, working the blade.
After that, she was sexualized. In other words, she saw that. She probably got.
So you at that age, Marcus, where you still fuck with young girls. I'm at an age where I fuck with girls that's young and old.
Please keep this piece of tape for future references. I'm telling you now, when they go after me, they get dirt like a motherfucker.
I'm here to tell you, if they go through my computer, they're gonna be like, Corey, like porn. What else can I put out there?
Snacks.
I'm just working on big dick in the child. I'm gonna check my browser, goddamn. I don't give a fuck about
I
no
say
child.
I got my own, even though he's grown. I'm like,
It's that real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky. Come on. I can go twice.
Corey,
Let's get it on.
like porn.
Take a look
Nigga.
in a book.
My nigga.
Porn.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick.
Friends to know.
My nigga.
Ways to grow.
Nigga.
Reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
I can be anything.
Same old shit.
What? Take a look
Nigga.
in a book.
My nigga.
Reading rainbow.
See, this is the shit I be talking about. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game?
Like a motherfucker.
What you really want?
I'm here to tell you, they go through my computer, they're gonna be like, Corey, like porn.
even though he's grown, I'm like, gonna call me any day. I said, I got my own. I go, no.
I see a
wish
little
could.
girl out here big, and I'll be like, come see me.
God dang it.
Why? God damn it. When you get old enough, ladies, you don't have to beg. A woman can earn a fair living whoring.
But wait, there's more.
Baby, happy 16th birthday. Hell, she ain't yours, so this is easy. She turning sweet 16 Saturday. Hey, what's up? Make sure, hey, look, I don't know her name. Isabella. What is her name? Dita 605? Dita 605? Listen, I want to wish your daughter a happy birthday. Her sweet 16. It's a beautiful age. And you make sure you and your daughter have counseling so that if she's broke, cat daddies like me ain't in that age by the time she's 21 through 30. Because if you don't bring them up right, I'm going to be with them on their birthday. I was at the mall with the little broke. We was in Victoria's Secret. And I'm sitting there at the counter. I'm like, what's up? She needs to get measured for a bra. She never been measured for a bra. And she want to have the right size on instead of the Walmart bras. And the lady was like, oh, that is so sweet. Is this your daughter? I said, I'm standing up in this little bit.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't a laugh when I said that. It wasn't a laugh. The lady looked like, I was like, I got a couple of dollars. I get to smash look cute young girls like this that come from poverty. I'm standing up in her. Do you need a bro? My brother's daughter was with a group of us. We were at the hotel because my mom was in town. Dee, was you there?
Yep, I brought the cake.
I know how to do babies.
It was super cute. Though.
Everybody was trying to get her attention, but she wouldn't do nothing but hug her daddy because she didn't know us like that.
That's true.
I didn't pay her no attention. I just kept looking away. But I talk, my voice carries, and she kept looking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what happened, D?
She went right to him. It was almost like,
I'm the one wasn't paying her no attention.
And everybody like this, what? Like,
you know what that told me?
What?
She gonna be getting put up in when she grow up.
All of my hoes to my hoes, that's for sure. All of my hoes.
Bruh.
Oh. Who are these niggas?
I cried laughing when I
yeah, you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
Yo, So y'all telling me, Corey Holcomb fans, 5150 fans, this is what y'all are defending, bruh? Because I know I said some dastardly things. I'm not gonna act like I'm a saint. You know what I'm saying? But god damn, bro. Nothing even remotely close to the shit that this man was talking about. But guess what? You know, half of YouTube made videos about this and everyone's a hater. You know, Corey Holcomb fans. Yo, just admit that you look up to an idiot. You feel me? I'm not saying he's a complete idiot, but he doesn't understand how social media works. I mean, it's funny because he's been doing it for 15 years. He's been doing it for a while. But hey, you know, unfortunately, the luck is running out and he's looking bad out here. But yo, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode, though. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Hope y'all have a good night. And you know what? And check this out. Y'all will see me tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not for too long, not for a long time, but definitely for a good time. Peace.